As we move from outdoor to indoor gatherings, take a fall entertaining cue from the French. With an approach to elegance and simplicity, my first guest says French women know how to host a dinner party with the kind of thoughtful details that make it special. Amanda Herring is here to teach us the Parisian ways. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me back.
You bring such a lovely elegance that is so inspiring, but also approachable. And you say there are dinner party cues we can take from the French people and incorporate into our own gatherings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They are so thoughtful and careful about the way they put things together, but they're also very simple. They're not over the top. You know, you're not going to spend 2 days. Well, you might spend 2 days preparing the food, but not the decor.
I appreciate that simplicity. Also, I've read and heard about the speed in which they just live. It's slower, and that speaks to the thoughtfulness you described.
Absolutely. It is the slow life. We love it.
So as we talk about maybe setting out to throw maybe a distinct dinner party in preparation for the holidays to come, or maybe it is the holiday hosting that we're diving into, you say first take a look at your ambiance, the mood you're setting.
Yes. Candles are key. If they always have candles or fire, something warm, something like flamey is always good, you know, something to really like kind of bring the ambiance. That's where we fell in love with having candles on our table, was at dinner in France.
And I have a good friend who pulls out the candles this time of year just to set that mood, even on a simple Sunday, Monday dinner.
Absolutely.
It does change things.
It does.
All right, textures as well. You say the touchables and the pretties, they're noticed, they're appreciated on a French dinner table.
Yeah, and you don't need to spend a lot of money, like cut whatever is growing right now, like maybe pine boughs or something, stick it in a simple vase. Bring out your best china for sure. Bring out your antique silver, whatever. Just bring out your beautiful things and use them. Your tablecloths are so important.
This is lovely. And the meal itself is a lovely, thoughtful experience. And it starts with a drink?
Yes, well, they call it apéro or apéritif.
Okay.
And you might like immediately think of an alcoholic drink.
Right.
For them, it's a part of the meal. They have drinks, they have snacks. For us, they always have something non-alcoholic. We sometimes have Diablo Fraise, but there's always crackers, sometimes a bowl of chips. Like, it's very simple, but so lovely. And so, like, you start talking, and you're having a little snack, you're having a little drink. It's like a precursor to the meal.
You referenced one of your favorite drinks. I won't try to say it again. I'll let you say it.
Diablo Fraise.
What is that?
So it's made with French lemonade, which is kind of like Sprite.
Okay.
It's a little lemony. I found these at Piratos. They're a little tricky to find. And then syrup. And so Diablo Fraise is with strawberry, but you can do it with really any kind of syrup. They do it with mint, they do it with peach, they do it with, this I brought grenadine, that's a popular one as well.
So the lemonade itself lighter in flavor.
Yeah, kind of a little bit like Sprite, but not quite so fizzy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and then you mix?
Yeah, so do you want to make one?
I do, I really do.
So it's just personal preference. You just pour in your lemonade.
Oh, but it is fizzy, just not as fizzy.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And then you just add your syrup. And the syrup is really just kind of up to the color or flavor you want. So this one we added a tiny bit. We have a little bit more there.
May I?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah,
Light
they're
and
just,
lovely.
yeah, they're not, I mean, it's not super flavored, but it's just kind of a...
But it's enough.
Lovely little treat.
We're a little saturated in our American palates when it comes to drinks, but that checked the box. That's delicious. Anything else about the meal that you would point out that could be a specialty we bring to our own tables?
Well, they always start with, we always start with the charcuterie. I shouldn't say everyone in France. This is, probably regional a little bit, but charcuterie, which means just meat, not cheese, just meat, maybe some bread, and then, or maybe you might have a quiche, something kind of meaty to start the meal out.
And it's a coursed meal, right?
Yep. And then you'll move to something right now, this time of year, probably like a beef bourguignon, something kind of stewy.
Heavier.
Something a little heavier. And then you'll have dessert, which right now in the south of France, they're doing a lot of clementines because they're in season in Corsica.
Okay.
So you'll find them, but they'll have the stem and the leaves. It's beautiful. And then the cheese. Cheese is the crowning glory.
You were educating me. The cheese comes at the end as part of the dessert course.
Yes. It's like their crowning achievement in dinner. Like, here is the cheese. And a lot of times they just bring out a big cheese board and you share it as a table. So
just as you described, even something as simple as the simple fare, the simple food, you do sense that thoughtfulness, that intentionality, and again that speed where it's drawn out, it's stretched out, and it does become a lovely meal shared with friends.
Yes, exactly.
We can incorporate so many of these ideas and I don't want to say techniques, but touches into our American hosting. And you say don't underestimate little details like music.
Yes, and we have actually a French dinner playlist. If you go to our Instagram,
Oh, fun.
you can grab that playlist along with all of our other playlists, but there is a French dinner one. It's nice and slow, like tempered to be just right for your meal.
You say, again, emphasizing that simplicity, but effort matters. And that's kind of your parting words for us, is that effort matters when it comes to this style of hosting.
Yeah, I really think, when we walk away from a dinner there, we feel really touched at all of the details that went into what was prepared for us. This last time, someone drove 30 minutes to pick up the right meat for the charcuterie tray, and that feels special. It wasn't really elaborate, but it felt really lovely.
The effort becomes a specialty.
Yes.
That's really sweet. That's really touching. You mentioned your Instagram. We can get the playlist there. How do we find you?
lapetitemaison.ut.
And you have a beautiful store in Draper where you sell many of these goods. How can we meet up?
We are in historic Draper, just off of Fort Street and Pioneer. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
A French dinner party, all the inspiration to host one yourself, or again, sprinkle these kind of hosting touches into our upcoming hosting opportunities through the holidays. Thanks again, Amanda. Great job.
Thank you.